All right, we're watching Dune, the original film. Well, because David Lynch died, so in
R.I.P.
honor of a genius, we'll watch it in 3, 2, 1.
Gotta pour one out for David Lynch.
Yeah, what a guy.
We are a little bit late to this, but it is what it is.
It is what it is. Yeah, and I like this movie well enough. It's a very interesting adaptation. I kind of prefer the aesthetics of this, but I think film wise, it's not as good as the recent remakes.
Well, they're not even really remakes of the same movie.
Well, the other adaptations, let's say. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. That'll accept.
Yeah.
Although, honestly, one of the funniest things I've ever seen was a review for the new Denis Villeneuve Dune films.
Yeah.
And it was someone that was like, this is just a ripoff of Star Wars. Why can't they ever make anything new? And it's like, my guy, Star Wars is a ripoff of Dune.
Yeah.
You fool.
Mm.
Good old Barry Nolan. I definitely know who that is.
I'm not recognizing any of these names, to be honest. Oh, except Toto. I bless the rains down in Africa.
Toto should not be the people blessing rains down in Africa if you've seen what they look like.
Yeah. Well, they bless the sands out in Arrakis. Dune.
I bless the rains down in Arrakis.
Yeah.
And Frank Herbert, who's kind of a terrible person.
Yeah.
Not really kind of, just is.
Yeah, and he got worse as he got older, which is the weird thing.
So much worse.
Yeah. You see Alan Smithy, because there were problems behind the scenes.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know that.
Well, Alan Smithy's like a fake name that they give to directors whenever there's
Wait,
problems.
it really opens on the book?
Yeah.
I haven't watched this in I don't know how long. Maybe I haven't even seen it. I feel like I've seen this movie, but maybe I haven't watched it start to finish.
Yeah, it's been a while for me. It's been at least 5 years or something like that.
Although I never really knew about Dune until the Denis Villeneuve's films were announced, and then I was like, I should read this. And then I did, and I was like, oh, this was a pretty good book.
Mm-hmm.
And then I tried to read Dune Messiah, and I was like, this is not so good.
Well, I tried to read the books years ago, and I never could get through them.
And then you and I were like, okay, we're going to read Dune Messiah. And then we did, and I was like, I didn't like that. Although apparently, like, I've seen someone saying that, like, you may not like Dune Messiah, but then once you get through Dune Messiah and then you read, I think it's Children of Dune next, then you're like, oh, okay, that was a good 3-act arc.
Yeah.
I think the problem, though, with Dune, well, not even Dune, Paul and Frank Herbert, is that Frank Herbert was like, yeah, this story where, like, Paul's this terrible person, but it's like, Frank, you didn't really write that. If anything, people just feel more bad for Paul because he's kind of stuck.
Yeah, there's stuff that the like audience knows from a story, what they can take out of it, and what the author knows and what they're trying to put in it, and sometimes that can be different. Things don't always line up.
Like, yeah, Paul isn't inherently a good person, but he's kind of trapped by his omniscience.
Mm-hmm.
Where he's like, yeah, I don't want all these terrible things to happen, but then there's nothing else for me to do, so then he's just kind of stuck.
Yeah.
And his whole thing was avoiding the awful things happening.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just like, he had no other options, so he's not inherently a bad person. He tried his best to avoid it.
Yeah.
Which I don't think is really the story that Frank Herbert intended.
No.
Because he wanted Paul to be this bad person, which is why he then wrote Dune Messiah. But then in Dune Messiah, I even feel worse for Paul.
Mm-hmm.
Because everyone's trying to kill him and everyone hates him.
Yeah, like nothing is going his way.
And Paul is not happy with how it's going.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's...
I do like this art style, though.
Oh, yeah, it's lovely. Like, nice painted.
This would be a good for like a laptop or PC background.
Yeah.
I've been reading some sci-fi, or not some sci-fi. I've been reading Hyperion by Dan Simmons, which apparently he got some inspiration from Dune and other sci-fi things.
Mm-hmm. I've not read that one yet. I kind of want to eventually.
It's pretty good. The first, it's broken up into like, so there's this is even on topic of the movie, but let me explain Hyperion here real quick for Steve. So you got the planet Hyperion,
Okay.
and there's big scary metal monster called the Shrike,
Mm-hmm.
and there's pilgrims that worship the Shrike, and these pilgrims that you're following, they're not even necessarily that they worship it, but there's other people around it that do. And they're on what's considered a pilgrimage. But these characters all traveling together, and they're like, oh, we gotta talk to each other about what we're doing so we can coordinate better for whatever we're planning here.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little, like, at the beginning, it's a little vague and why they're like, oh. So then each character is telling a story about their life and how they're, like, why they're coming here.
Yeah.
And it's pretty good. The first story, I was like, okay, at first, I was like, okay, this is all right. And then by the end of that first story, I was like, holy fuck, that was weird and dark.
Yeah.
And then the second story, which I just finished, because it goes it's the priest, the soldier, and then I'm on the poet. I don't know what the other ones are because I haven't gotten that far.
Mm-hmm.
But the soldier story, I was like, damn, that was cool. Like, that was really good.
Mm-hmm.
And it's probably one of the weaker stories from what I've already read. Like, it's pretty straightforward, but I was like, that was really cool.
Yeah.
It would make a really good short film, like hour long, give or take.
Okay. Yeah.
And apparently, I don't know if this is still a thing, but apparently, Brad Pitt is gonna make a Hyperion movie. No, not Brad Pitt. Frick, what's his name? Bradley Cooper.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, I really like Dan Simmons' The Terror, which they adapted into a TV show, which is fantastic. Check it out, guys. And it's like a horror thing set during like the Franklin expedition up north. Really great book.
Didn't you have like a family member or something that was on that?
I'm very, very, very distantly related.
Yeah, but like technically,
like the second in command of that, Captain Crozier. Apparently, like my family's also Croziers from the same area of Ireland. I haven't tracked it like completely, but
you got to work on that, Steve. That's the next project.
Yeah, I've got enough projects.
Yeah, we really are sidetracked on this.
A little bit, yeah. But the movie's sidetracked. It's doing all this like narration and stuff.
Yeah,
you don't need all this to understand Dune.
You really don't. I think Villeneuve looked at this and he was like,
"Where can I improve?
Yeah, I don't want this."
Yeah. Well, when this movie came to theaters, they handed out like little pamphlets with like a glossary on it, so you'd understand what was happening.
Yeah, that's never a good sign.
No.
Too much telling and not enough showing.
Mm-hmm.
I get why you don't want people to be confused, but I'm just like, let people figure it out. If they get it, they get it. If not, that's kind of on them. Like, if you put it there and like say 90% of people get it, well, then those 10% of people weren't going to get it anyways.
Yeah.
Ben there looks like a goofball. Is that a pug?
Yeah. You're going to see a lot of weird Lynchian details.
I like the pug, though.
Mm-hmm.
Whoever painted these actually nailed getting the actor likeness.
Oh, yeah. That's fantastic.
Dun, dun, dun. I'm glad the Emperor is not a bucket of mice man. I can't think of his name all of a sudden.
Christopher Walken?
Yeah, I'm glad it's not Christopher Walken.
Two mice fell in a dune.
2 dunes handed over to...
2 royal houses fought over a planet of sand. Yeah.
He wasn't bad. I just feel like he didn't fit, and they didn't really use him for a whole lot.
Yeah. I don't know. He's like too well known, I think, for that role. Like, it takes me out of it a little bit.
I don't know if it was that even he's not like he's too well known because Timothée Chalamet is super well known.
Well, yeah, but he's
Jessica Fergus and all those people. Like, there's huge names in that movie. But I think it was just that, like, I think Christopher Walken was just looking too old. If you got Christopher Walken 30 years ago, then I would have been more on board, maybe.
Maybe.
But I don't know. It's a pretty good effect.
Yeah, there's some good stuff. It's a little let down by the compositing.
Like, that looks pretty good.
But yeah, I love this kind of stuff. Like models and matte paintings and practical stuff like this.
I wish we mixed more of old ways of doing things with modern tech.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
She's like, that looks great.
Yeah. Yeah.
It does look a little matte painting-y, but... Dun, dun, dun. Steve, that guy could be you right there. You see him going?
I could be any of these people, Will.
Man, whoever did costume design on this was doing God's work.
Yeah. And this is what a lot of what I think of when I read the Dune books was this. Probably because of like the influence of the film, but also it's got that kind of old-timey but future-y kind of aesthetic that I don't think the Villeneuve films captured as well.
Oh yeah, I forgot that characters think to themselves.
Yeah, there's a lot. It's like a stage play almost, where they kind of just have a little aside.
Well, it's because the book does that all the time.
Yeah, yeah.
Like mid-conversation, a character is thinking to themselves about this conversation.
Yeah, like it's a hard thing to adapt. It really is.
It's also blocked kind of like a stage play.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Or at least so far.
Yeah.
Also, what a casting choice for the Reverend Mother.
Yeah.
No offense to her, I'm sure she's the lovely person, but she looks like the stuff of nightmares in this movie.
I think that's the point. The Emperor looks like he's about to become a Bene Gesserit with his chrome dome.
I mean, Steve, you're marching your way towards that airline.
Straight ahead.
Tactical retreat.
Yeah. Well, it's all regrouping down on my beard.
That's where it's regrouping.
Yeah. Oh, we're gonna get the Spice Navigator.
Yeah, we never got any navigators in the...
Well, to be fair, they're not really in the first book.
That is also true. They are not in the first book at all.
And a lot of this is David Lynch's psychosis making these creatures. Because they're not 100% what's described.
Well, they're kind of like fish people in the book.
Mm-hmm. But I think, if I'm remembering rightly, they're a little bit more humanoid than these giant sausages.
Well, yeah, that's what I mean. Like, they're giant fish people.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's, like, official illustrations that Frank Herbert approved that is, like, this is what they look like.
Yeah.
That's a shot you could have cut.
Yeah. I love the guy mopping. You're going to see a lot of him. Just cleaning up after the navigator.
It's kind of mixing in some of the opening of Dune Messiah with this.
It kind of is, yeah.
Yeah, because they're supposed to be, like, humans, but they're just not.
I don't know. It's such a cool design, though.
I mean, yeah, it's a good, we'll say, creature design.
Mm.
Doesn't seem like pertinent information.
You're going to see a lot of that in this film, Will, where they're trying to, like, condense the book, but they keep a lot of things that they probably didn't need to keep. Also, a surprising amount of merchandise for this film.
Really?
Yeah. Well, it was right after Star Wars, you know?
Oh, yeah. Trying to hop on that merchandising train.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, they made action figures of this. They made, like, coloring books. It's like...
So you're saying I can get a giant worm man?
No, I don't think you can get the navigator, but you can get a sandworm.
I don't like all these close-ups of his mouth.
Yeah, there's... I don't know. That's a choice. That's a...
It's definitely a choice.
Mm-hmm. See, even in the book, this is stuff that's just like told as exposition. Like, like this is stuff we find out like through Paul's perspective.
Yeah, it is, but it's done in, I guess, maybe a slightly better way.
I don't know.
None of this feels like particularly interesting.
Mm-hmm. But like, how do you show this kind of stuff in a movie though?
You don't.
It's a
That's
challenge.
The thing. You don't need to.
Yeah.
Well, they don't. They're not folding space with the spice. They're seeing the pathway through the folded space. Is what I understood.
I don't know. I don't know the lore well enough to argue it.
Well, it's talked about it in Dune Messiah.
Mm-hmm.
Like that was my understanding of it. Is that like that's what the guild navigators are doing? Is they're using their short omniscience to look forward and to see the path through space time to like navigate a ship to where they want to go.
Well, that makes sense in a way.
I never fully understood it. Maybe someone else could correct me in the comments.
Yeah, Brian Herbert, get on this. Explain this to us, please. Or actually
a succulent spice meal. That guy gave some serious side eye.
Yeah. Scrub.
You know, why is it so wet?
I don't know. It's a.
Why'd they all turn to look at him?
I feel like this is a conversation they would have had years ago.
No kidding. Well, it's just I don't like when characters talk about things that they definitely would already know.
Yeah.
Look at that guy's nose.
Yeah. I want this guy to have a metal fucking nose.
See that guy? Chop his goddamn nose off and replace it.
Yeah. Watching a movie on your fucking phone. I love David Lynch. I've not seen all this stuff, and I didn't really. I struggled with Twin Peaks. I didn't finish it.
I always mix up David Lynch and Fincher.
Yeah. David Lyncher. Yeah.
But yeah, like David Lynch and David Fincher, I always mix up.
Mm-hmm.
And I forget who I was talking to, but I was like, yeah, the David Lynch movie. And they were like, what? And I was like, yeah, because David Lynch did, I forget what we were talking about. It was something. But I kept saying David Lynch, and the other person that I was talking to, because there's three of us, the other person I was talking to kept agreeing with me that it was David Lynch. And then the third guy was just like, what the fuck are you talking about? That's David Fincher, you guys.
That's funny.
And I was like, oh yeah, you are right.
Yeah.
You
ever hear the story of when George Lucas was trying to get David Lynch to do Return of the Jedi?
No.
So he's trying to like convince him to make this film, and he brings him to like this restaurant. And George Lucas loves his car, so he drives him there in like a fancy sports car and all that. And they get to this restaurant, and David Lynch is like, he's like, yeah, I'm in this restaurant, and all they have are salads. And I don't like salads, and I was feeling sick. And he's talking to me about a Wookiee, and this planet of Wookiee. I don't know what a Wookiee is. It's like the funniest story I've ever heard. I just love it.
Hey, listen, David Lynch, it's me, Mr. Neckbeard Man. We're gonna have a Wookiee, and he's gonna be sad that his best friend that he owes his life to is frozen in carbonite.
What? What's a life debt? Oh yeah, so David, I want a planet full of teddy bears and a giant slug man. A slug man? I like slugs. I'm gonna put him in Dune.
Slug man, you say?
Some sort of spice navigator, right?
No. He owns slaves. Close enough.
These voices are merging, becoming one being.
George Lynch.
George Lynch ass or something? I don't know.
I like one of the things too that I always like about old movies is their technology is based on kind of the technology they had, just advanced.
Yeah.
Whereas then now, like everything is just touch screens. Like no one ever nails future technology.
Yeah. Well, you look at Star Wars and everything's like hooked up with plugs and things, wires and gizmos and gadgets, and this guy's on like a CRT screen. Like,
well, he kind of has an iPad.
Oh, those are eyebrows.
Look at him.
Oh, look, it's Captain Picard.
Also, that voice crack there. Ugh. I like that Gurney is fuck, what's his name now? I'm blanking. Not to be that guy, but isn't the Dr. Yue supposed to be an Asian man?
Don't worry about it. I gave him a mustache. He looks Chinese.
That's awful. Why am I blanking on
Patrick Stewart?
Yeah, Patrick Stewart. Sufir Hawat. They really gave him some serious eyebrows. They look like your eyebrows.
He doesn't look like me. He looks like every like post-Stalin Soviet Union leader.
That's true.
Brezhnev, is that you? Why are you in Dune?
Oh. He really hit those lines really hard.
Yeah. Well, you gotta.
That's why I brought it here to show you.
Yes. Look here, Paul.
Oh no. That sounds awfully familiar. Sounds kind of like Darth Vader. The shields are a choice.
Well, I kind of like how they're trying to show them, but
well, it looks like an effect you and I would try to do in high school.
Yeah, a little bit. Like, this movie came out too early. I think if this kid come out in the 90s, they could have probably done something better. Because this looks...
Like, the comping on his hand just looks even weird. Like, you see his hands popping through?
Yeah. Well, on a bigger budget, that could have looked nice, but...
It's not like they use them all that often in this, but still.
No.
Patrick Stewart is playing this a little stiffly.
Just a bit, yeah.
I feel like he didn't really want to be here.
Yeah,
so he's looking real sweaty.
Yeah, just a bit. It's soaking wet.
It's a massive fucking worm.
That's big, yeah. It's a sizable worm.
It's almost as big as my dog.
Yeah.
I'm rocking some serious elephantitis.
You got a little tiny Paul Atreides rat on it.
It's awful.
Little hooks. Ugh.
Oh no. What's with all these reaction shots?
I don't know. Like they're trying to make it interesting because this is it's like
It's almost like they didn't have coverage of them talking, like because they only have the two.
maybe.
Like it's like they didn't get single coverage,
Mm-hmm.
so they're like, okay, we got to cut out of this somehow.
Quick, cut to Captain Picard. Or Sweater, and cut to the other guy. They could have probably
Chome.
the chum.
They never really mentioned the Chome in the new movies.
There's no need. They should have probably blocked this out a little better. Like have them moving around the room doing something, you know?
Or actually have them have these conversations where they're supposed to on their own.
Yeah.
Because all these conversations happen separately.
Mm-hmm.
You're covering all the info anyways. Have Paul go around and talk to them all.
Yeah.
Like a frickin' video game quest where it's like, go talk to this person before you can go to the next area.
Paul Atreides, please visit Gurney. Okay.
So then you just follow Paul running through through Caladan.
I filmed 40 minutes of Paul Atreides running around Caladan talking to different people. But it didn't work. So he just sat them all in the same room.
What? You knew he was there. Why would you jump? You knew he was behind you.
Yeah, you can hear him like coming into the room from like a mile away, but like pokes him from behind and he gets surprised.
I like the wood though. Whoever did that killed it.
Well, it's a lovely choice to have a planet like this.
I will say though, I think I like the look of Caladan in the new Dune more.
Mm.
It sounded for a second there like the guy playing Paul was just going.
He's doing all the sound effects on his own. Well, there's a bit of energy to this, you know?
You hardly ever see any of the military on Caladan
Yeah.
in the new one, so that's kind of a nice detail. Like you obviously see them, but like you don't see much of them.
Mm-hmm. Thanks, narrator.
Played by original off-brand Simon Pegg.
A little bit. I was gonna say Jack Nicholson.
Have you seen Jack Nicholson's son? He looks almost exactly like him.
Yeah, that's what I've been hearing, yeah.
That didn't... His hand there looked kind of off or something. I don't know what that was there.
Yeah.
These sets are crazy, though.
Mm-hmm. Very H.R. Giger.
It feels like they almost didn't shoot enough coverage, so they're just cutting away to other things to break up the scene.
Yeah. Definitely feels like that. Also, I remember when I was reading the Dune book for the first time, and they described Duke Atreides, as having olive skin, and I thought he was like actually fucking green. I was like, oh no, he's not some swarthy Italian man. He's green. He's the color of an olive. And so I thought like all the Duke family were like green, like all the Atreides, and I thought Paul was just some weird like little pasty pale kid.
That's
from his like mother's side. Yeah, no, my vision of what Dune was in my head was quite strange.
Yes. That'd be quite funny because then too with like the new one where they make all the Harkonnens like bleach white.
Yeah.
And then it's just if you had all the Atreides being like green. It looks so weird.
Yeah.
I like the casting here for Leto.
Yeah, he's good. I'm not very familiar with all the actors in this film.
I'm not either. He also has a glorious beard.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I like it a lot. Like I know that like the main, I know that's Kyle MacLachlan, and I know Patrick Stewart's in it. I know Sting's in it later on, but yeah, like all these side characters and stuff, I no clue. I'm not super familiar with it.
Paul's looking real sweaty.
Yeah.
Arrakis.
No, sand, dunes.
That's not Zendaya.
Yeah.
I remember after the first one came out, the people were all mad that they used Zendaya so much in the trailers, and then she's like barely in the movie.
Yeah. Well, I was a little disappointed because I thought it was just gonna cover the whole film. So when I came to that end part, and I was like, oh, we're doing that.
I wasn't surprised. It makes sense as a stopping point.
Oh yeah, like it makes sense like looking at it, but like they did not advertise that this was gonna be part one.
No, it wasn't covered the best. I will admit that. But from when you actually look at the book, and from a writing standpoint, where they stopped and where the book splits almost line up one for one because the book has a 7-year time jump or whatever.
Yeah, there's a big gap.
She's just upset because she's got nice hair and she doesn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, costume designer is making so much of their time here.
Oh yeah. The set designers too, like they're going nuts.
I don't think that's true.
Yeah.
Wait, why was there just a subtitle there for a second? Because that was a part of the movie subtitle, not like just a
I don't know where she's
streaming
speaking.
subtitle.
She's speaking some other language when she said that. I don't know. It sounded like she said the words.
Ah, no, moving.
Moving. No.
My biggest weakness.
Yeah.
Whatever shall I do?
God, we're like half hour into this movie and they're still haven't gone to Dune.
There's still another whole movie worth of movie.
Yeah, I know. Right?
This is a 3-hour movie, Steve.
I know it's a long film. I know that. But yeah, like pacing isn't the best in this film.
The Ubermensch.
Yeah.
I would say that might get us demonetized, but we're not monetized anyways, so
yeah.
What does it even matter?
Come on, bring in Hitler. Let's go.
Although I guess like technically we're not far off from monetization. We just need to get your channel to 1,000 subs, and then we'll be good.
And all the view time.
Oh yeah. Well, at that point, in theory, if we have another 500 people subscribed, we would hit it. I feel like.
Yeah, I hope so. Come on, guys, do your part.
Come on, we're right there. We got something special for 500 already ready to go.
I need a little bit of money. Yeah.
I don't think we'd make a whole lot. That's not even why we do it either.
Well, no, we just do it for the sake of it.
We do it for the love of the game, Steve.
For the love of films, Will.
We should do a video for this on my channel, too. We
Yeah.
can record that after.
Yeah, instant review. Original Dune.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah. Come on, guys, check that out.
Let's be real. No one's going to watch this video.
This is going to get like 7 views. It's going to max out at 20 like 3 months from now. Also, I think Kylo McLaughlin's a little old for Paul.
Yeah, well, I mean, him and Duncan looked like they were the same age, which I think is not ideal.
No. Because I think Paul, in my mind, is more of a teenager.
Well, he's supposed to be like 15, 16?
Yeah. And he's young in this film, but he's not, that young.
He doesn't look too bad.
No. I'm just saying he feels more like an adult than he does a teenager.
In the box. The gum jabbar. Honestly, I was a little confused reading this scene for the first time because I couldn't understand if the gum jabbar was the needle or the box.
I still don't fucking know.
The gum jabbar is the needle.
Okay.
The box is, I don't know, the fucking box.
The box is the box. Yeah, okay. I gotcha.
It was only at first where I was like, wait, which is which? And then I was like, oh, wait, no, it's this thing is this and then this.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what the box is called.
I don't know. Let's get that glossary back. This scene, even like in the book, feels like such a non sequitur. Like
It's a bit odd.
It doesn't feel like it connects super well to the rest of the plot,
Well, the point of it is to test if Paul can control his emotions or whatever.
Yeah. No, I get like it has a bigger point, but on the what's actually happening.
But I agree that it feels like a weird pacing thing, but
yeah,
it moves on pretty quick.
Yeah, well, yeah. Great effect though, of just burning through his hand. I like that.
The pain! Nope. He will not.
He's not gonna do it. No.
He shan't do it.
Hmm. Maybe he is. Only time will tell.
I like the realization in the end of Dune, where since Paul is the Kwisatz Haderach man,
Mm-hmm.
but he realizes that like other people that were supposed to be candidates for being the Kwisatz Haderach, but for whatever reason weren't, are like just invisible in his omniscience. So he'll see everything they do and like where they should be, but then they're just not there.
Yeah, it's interesting.
So it's kind of like if you had like whatever the Harry Potter invisibility cloak on, but they like see you doing things, but you're just invisible.
Yeah.
And you realize that what's his face, Count Fenring, shows up at the end there and is like, "Oh, I won't fight Paul."
I feel like that wasn't needed. I think we could tell her feelings just by her expression.
It feels like they're trying to hit too many of the like lines of dialogue and internal thought from the book.
Yeah, they're being too faithful, which can be a problem. Also, straying too much from the source material can also be a problem. But this movie kind of fails at, being its own thing.
Some good acting right there. You look real sad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I also think too, though, for Dune that your own takeaways of the book would change how you would direct it.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Like the way that Villeneuve envisioned it versus obviously David Lynch, but then versus the people that did the TV show.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They all very clearly like had different views on the book itself.
Yeah.
Which also greatly affected it. Look at the little pug.
Mm-hmm. God, we're still getting narration. Like 45 minutes into the film. We saw that. We don't need you to tell us.
What? Is that meant to be Giddy Prime?
I think so.
Yeah. Big mouth statue.
Mm.
Look at that comp on his eyebrows.
Yeah. Me.
Why do all the Mentats have insano eyebrows?
I don't know. I never trusted eyebrows.
That's why I didn't like George Lucas. Too much neck, not enough beard.
The hair to face ratio was not good. Look at my hair. I look like a mentat.
I based them all off of my own beard.
I saw myself in a reflection and thought that could be good.
I thought to myself,
I was eating pancakes and felt like it.
I don't know why, but this feels like a Doctor Who type of thing.
Kinda.
Oh no.
Like way too steampunk.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
You.
Yeah, that's disgusting.
I hate everything about that. I do not wish it.
Great costumes. But yeah, he's absolutely disgusting.
It's also not where Fade is introduced.
No. Well, we gotta have Sting. He's on the poster. We gotta put him in the movie.
Raban looks so out of place.
He looks too happy to be there.
He looks like he's just finished his 9 to 5 on the construction site.
Yeah. Come on, Baron. We gotta build this highway. Like, I can't be coming to your green room.
Hey man, just wearing Carhartt, you haven't earned it, man. I'm working a freaking 80-hour day, man.
You don't get it, man. You're not out there in the field, man.
Soft hands, brother.
Don't stand so close to me.
All the holes too, where like they were clearly injecting whatever they were injecting.
Yeah.
It's awful.
That'd be such a fun role to play, though. Like, just go nuts. Like, you get all the costume and everything on, all the makeup and stuff. You just look hideous, and you're like, I could do whatever I want. And it'd be believable.
That's true. Oh, there he goes! That was his genuine reaction and just getting pulled up there. He's like, too high!
Whoa, no!
Ew. Who let Tarantino on set? Oh!
Yeah, as gross as the new movies are, like, I don't think they top that.
I remember.
I guess we're just gonna watch the conception.
Yep.
All right.
Oh, you definitely didn't need to. I don't want to watch this, man. I don't want to see this.
You gotta. It's important to understand the film.
Listen, I had these two actors, and I thought to myself, softcore.
Softcore sci-fi porn.
I like those capes, though. Those
Oh
some
yeah,
good looking
the
capes.
fur-lined. Beautiful.
And the pug. What's the pug's name, I wonder?
David.
Some good looking ships, too.
Mm-hmm. A lot of use of the cross dissolve.
It almost thought about cross dissolving again there. Did you see that?
Yeah, they were thinking about it.
It was like, oh.
What if I did a 5th cross dissolve?
At least it wasn't a star wipe.
Start with one of those George Lucas. Like,
Oh, there it goes again.
Yeah.
Oh, now Paul has the pug.
Mm-hmm.
Look at him. It's the real star of the show. If anything happens to that pug, I'm going to lose it.
Yeah. These are cool spaceships. I like that. Going into the giant tube.
Yeah, they still did a giant tube kind of for
Mm-hmm.
a new Dune.
Yeah, and I think Star Trek kind of copied that for the Voyage Home. They have a space probe that's like a giant tube like that. It's the one with the whales. That's the one thing about this movie. Everything is really ornate. Like, even the mechanical stuff is ornate, you know?
Yeah, it is neat.
You don't really see that in sci-fi anymore. Because everyone thinks the futuristic stuff, they think smooth, like everything's like an Apple product. But, you don't see all the craftsmanship.
There he goes. Look at him.
He's got Baron Harkonnen's belt. Fuck.
Oh!
Toto kicking in with a guitar solo there.
No, why is he blasting magic farts? This is not how the space travel in Dune, I feel like, was explained.
No. This feels trippier than like 2001.
You
know, like
look
this...
back at the camera. Okay, thank God. Just another cross dissolve.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you made ever a Lynch Dune drinking game,
Every cross dissolve, you gotta take a drink.
yeah,
You'd be floored. But you'd have to wait like half an hour to get to that point. Another drink. Probably gonna be another one too.
Wait for it. Here we go. Right here. Ready? Oh, no. No.
Oh, that was a cut, Will.
It was a hard cut. Another one. 2 back-to-back hard cuts?
Inconceivable!
I will say, though, the blue eyes for Lynch's movie are probably more accurate to how they're kind of described in the book.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a cool design, though, for the city.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love this stuff. It's very interesting.
Listen Al Gaib. Listen Al Gaib. It's a really good shot.
Yeah.
I tried Googling it. That pug does not have a name that I could
No?
find. But a lot of people are like, why is there a pug?
There's a lot of weird animals.
Or people are like, what is the meaning of the pug? Like, why pug?
I felt like it.
One of the top comments though, it was the Atreides battle pug. It's for morale.
Oh, that's great.
I guess Duncan looks a little older there now.
A bit, yeah. They've weathered him. The plot thickens.
The plot thickens. You don't want to be the guy in charge of filling water.
No, no. What the fuck is he doing?
I feel like you don't need that.
No,
It's not helping a whole lot, is it?
not going to.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And then he gave them all cancer.
I think in the book, Yue was probably one of my favorite characters.
Yeah, he's pretty layered.
Yeah, like he's such a deep, complex character, and we're seeing a little bit of it in this, but
What the frick?
I don't know, man. Just doing an autopsy, I guess.
For what reason? Yeah, why really did they give all the Mentats such insane eyebrows?
I don't know. It's choice. It's unique. I don't think anyone would have thought to do that.
Yeah, because it's insane.
I do kind of like that he's getting the messages like in the bodies, like it's a trafficking or something, you know.
Yeah, it is a neat way of doing it.
Mm-hmm. Like it's disgusting, but it's a clever idea, and I kind of like it.
Disgusting.
Disgusting.
Boom. Boom. Boom.
Doo-doo-doo.
Safe.
You're safe.
Blech.
I thought those were like little doobies. He was gonna like smoke one of them.
Yeah, man. I mean, he's getting high on the spice, Steve.
Yeah, man, we gotta. Come on, dudes, just chill out and smoke some spice, man. See the fourth dimension. Drink, cross dissolve, drink again.
Oh my god, flame cuts. That's like a finisher drink.
Yeah, like an iMovie cross dissolve. Oh, here we go. It's the giant hand from Star Trek.
Man, we still have like whole movie to go.
Yeah, there's another 2 hours left. Crazy. I don't know. Looks pretty light to me.
I mean, there's literally a shadow being cast from it. I would say it's
Yeah.
pretty bright in there.
Also, the thing is ginormous.
Yeah, in the book, it's meant to be like tiny.
Yeah. I didn't remember we get a POV of the hunter seeker.
She really hit housekeeper in a terrible way.
Housekeeper.
It's like being like, I am Lord Voldemort. Housekeeper.
The butler.
They should. Someone needs to put her in a murder mystery movie.
Yeah, well, I'm sure she's done tons of stuff.
The housekeeper.
The crypt keeper.
I am the
Senate.
keeper. Immediately.
Send in the solar probe.
Look at that guy's hair.
I think you can say that about every character in this film.
Look at that guy's lack of hair. That guy thinks it's the other guy.
It was that guy.
It's his I move back and forth. It's that guy. If you see what I
Yeah.
look at that guy in the back left there. That guy looks insane. Like, what is his hair? Look at that thing.
Yeah.
Looks kind of like my grandpa.
A little bit, yeah. If your grandfather had like a multicolored beard.
At least in this movie, we'll get Thufir Howard being suspicious of everybody.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh my god.
Fuck, just cut all that. Like,
You're also fucking blinding him with that light.
Yeah, so after filming, I had to wear glasses for the rest of my life.
I literally have these black dots on my eyes now. I can't see. Yeah. I mean, shielded not particularly well.
No, no.
We've seen those shields.
Yeah, we've seen those chocolate bar shaped shields.
Oh, my legs are sore from leg day.
Yeah.
You want anything to drink, Steve?
Well, I don't know. What do you got? You know, I could see why people, when this movie came out, were not really super hot on it. Because, like, if you don't read the books and you see this film, it's really, I don't know, it's dense. And it's hard to kind of get invested in this.
I mean, I could see this movie being like really cool back in the olden days.
Well, back in the old country, yeah. It's visually very stunning, very creative, like all this stuff. It is slow, it is complex, and it is a slog.
Although that would be, I guess, the thing to say though about the movie back in the olden times is that it would be long.
Yeah.
Because Hollywood wasn't making many 3-hour movies back in the 80s.
No, they kind of ditched that. Like they did for a time. Like they're making these big epic films, but they started bankrupting film companies.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got like Cleopatra, and that's like a 3-hour long movie, and it like nearly killed Fox. Like I wouldn't be surprised if this has like an intermission. You know what I mean? It probably does. I'll have to wait and see, I guess. But
Do 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 do.
go to the concession stand and buy popcorn.
You can't watch a film without popcorn. I specifically set up the sound so that it included the crunching of the popcorn.
Get your Dune popcorn bucket and watch the film.
As well as other things.
Watch my other movie.
Watch the extended cut of that scene between Jessica and Leto.
The exclusive popcorn bucket exclusive.
Shut up, Mapes watches.
And the movie's twice as long. That's the only scene I added.
It's 3 more hours of just that.
The static shot. I didn't put any flourishes in it. It's one shot. It's continuous. For a book that they said that couldn't be adapted, they've certainly tried.
They have tried harder than they've tried to adapt most things.
Yeah, I know, right? Like everyone's like, "Oh, you can't do it. It can't be a movie," and they did it twice, and also a TV show. And one of those movies is 2 movies. Like,
I would say it's also been adapted. Like, it's not like impossible.
no.
You know what I'd say was way harder to adapt was frick, it's gone.
Hey, Max von Sydow. You'll probably remember him best from Star Wars Episode 7. But he's, a very well-known actor back in the day.
Wait, who does he play in episode 7?
He's the guy that Poe Dameron meets on the desert planet.
Oh, yeah. I've seen him he's in Game of Thrones too, I think.
Is he? Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
He plays the three-eyed raven.
Yeah.
Yes. Man, really everyone is in Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
As we've said, who doesn't enjoy a succulent Game of Thrones?
Game of Thrones, a succulent Game of Thrones. The fact that there's a reference to that in the Napoleon movie.
Yeah, we
crazy
learned
to me.
this after the fact that in the... frick, who directed it?
Ridley Scott?
Yeah, the Ridley Scott Napoleon movie that recently came out. As they're arresting one of the aristocrats, he literally goes, "You're arresting me while enjoying my succulent breakfast?"
My succulent breakfast. This is an outrage. And they drag him away.
This is the Revolution Manifest.
This is the man who got me on the baguette, people.
My limp croissant.
Those are some great comments. Yeah.
Bum, bum, be-dum, bum, bum.
Yeah, so you can like shit yourself in this and you'll be good. Good job, Paul.
Yeah, he is in Game of Thrones. I just had to double check. He's also in Shutter Island.
Yeah. Doesn't he also play Ming the Merciless in the Flash Gordon movie? You probably don't recognize him because of the yellow face. But
He's in Flash Gordon.
Yeah, he plays Ming the Merciless.
And he's in Minority Report and Robin Hood.
Yeah. Oh, he's in tons of stuff. Great actor.
He's in Rush Hour 3.
I spoke too soon.
He's in 1995 Judge Dredd. I didn't know that.
I don't even think I've seen Judge Dredd. Any of them.
Really? The one with Carl Urban?
Nope, never saw it.
Oh, we should do that movie as a commentary. That's a great movie.
Sure.
No, it is. It's pretty good.
All right.
Steve, I think I've seen you do about that quality of work there on some compositing.
This looks like my Star Trek movie.
Yeah. If you dig on Steve's YouTube channel, you can find his Star Trek movie. It's unlisted, but it's findable. I've seen it.
It's on there. I don't think it's unlisted actually. I think it's just up regular.
Oh, I thought it was unlisted. It should be unlisted.
No, it's not bad. It's got like
you can see the height of my acting powers, which are non-existent.
Yeah. I don't know. We were 17 when we made it, but then I look back at it and I'm like,
we could have done better.
We could have done better. We just sat in that media arts class watching JonTron videos all day.
No, we were too busy playing Cards Against Humanity. Is what we were doing.
That too. Oh yeah.
I mean, I got a good mark in that class.
Oh, I got a great mark on that.
And we worked hard on it, just not very well.
No. Like I think we put maybe a total of like 12 hours of work into it over the course of a semester.
One 30-minute chunk every couple days is basically what we did.
Yeah. And we didn't even film it during class. We filmed it like at lunch because that's when the green screen was available. Because the green screen was like one of the walls of the classroom. It was too loud.
I think in hindsight, had we actually had A, proper camera gear,
yeah,
B, lights,
yeah,
and C, a better green screen,
yeah,
I think the thing could have been better.
It could have, yeah.
Because it's not like our technical filmmaking skills are better now necessarily than they were then.
No.
It's just that we didn't have access to as good of gear as we do now.
Yeah.
I guess maybe I'm slightly better now, but I don't know. It's a toss-up.
I remember the plan was to do some stuff outside where you fought a Klingon that was just me, dressed in a costume. But we weren't able to use the drone because it was winter, and our teacher didn't want it to like fall and break on the ground.
Which, I mean, fair.
Yeah. I think the scope of it was too big for our actual budget allowed.
Yeah. I mean, I think it was fine. I think it was fun.
Yeah, no, it turned out good. And you know what? I found a USB stick and it had all these old files and stuff on it, which I found some old projects. And it had the original GarageBand files for the recordings we did. I couldn't access them. It was too old. But, like, I could see it and I was like, damn. Like, these tiny little, like, cut chunks that we recorded.
GarageBand wouldn't open them?
No, it was too old.
Really?
Yeah.
It should open them anyways.
No. Hey, it's David Lynch.
Our impression of David Lynch hasn't been very good.
It's not bad. He's very subdued in this, Will. He's being an actor, a professional actor.
What is that thing?
I don't know. No, just leave me here.
He's like, what?
That we're bringing the spice with us.
I like the ornithopter designs of the new movie. They actually, look like ornithopters.
Yeah, they're actually thopters. Not this little thing here.
Boom! A worm doesn't look very big.
It's a miniature. It's probably like a foot long, maybe. Paul's getting a contact high.
Oh,
I'm seeing the future. Don't worry, leave me behind. Yeah, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Shh. You did not hear what I said.
where's the worm? Seems like you still had a decent amount of time there for a second.
Oh no, I'm being eaten by a worm. But it's in slow motion, so we're all good.
Oh, boom! Practical explosion.
Yeah. You know, you can't miniaturize a lot of things. Like, you can't do water very well when it's miniatures. You can't really do fire all that well, but you could do sand. Sand works somehow.
Yeah, sand's all right.
Like, that looked good.
You can do tiny explosions.
Yeah, you can. But, like full-scale fire and stuff, it's, you know...
No, I'm not saying fire, but like tiny explosions work.
Mm-hmm.
These shields don't.
They're, you know...
A choice.
Mm-hmm. You think Toto wrote that for him to play?
I bless the rains down in Arrakis.
Alright, so you're gonna play this song. Do, 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 do.
It does feel like something Toto would write.
Mm-hmm. Hold the line. Do, 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 do. Love isn't always on time.
I thought he was supposed to have a lute.
I don't know, man. I thought it'd be best if he got rid of the lute and had a giant stick with strings on it that he played. You know, as bizarre as this film is, it's not even like the craziest attempt at making a Dune movie.
What was the craziest attempt?
Well, there's the Joe Dorowski version, which was in production before this and just fell apart completely. But it had some wild ass designs, and they were gonna have Salvador Dali as the Emperor.
Oh no!
But he was like, you know, on his weird binge there, and he was like, I want to be paid the most for the shortest amount of screen time in a film, and he was gonna be in it for like 5 seconds. They'd pay him like $1 trillion or whatever.
$1 trillion?
Well, not $1 trillion. Like, you know, some absurd amount of money for being on screen for so little time.
Like $1 million.
Something like that. I'd have to look it up. There's like a whole documentary about the making of that film.
$1 trillion.
And some of the ideas are cool, but like, if it had actually been made, it would have sucked. It would have been awful.
I mean, Salvador Dali does strike me as someone that would be a big fan of Dune.
Yeah. And he would fit as the Emperor, I think. Like, and I think they kind of took a bit of inspiration with the casting in this film. And we're kind of like, this guy's close enough.
I don't know. I feel like for the Emperor, they should have actually gotten someone more like charismatic and like, like I don't know.
Try to think of an actor from back then or for like nowadays.
No, I'm trying to think of like for now instead
Okay.
of good old Christopher Walken.
Christopher Walken. Jay Leno.
No.
Like the Emperor of the universe.
Who is the guy that's in Grand Budapest Hotel and was in the chef that creepy chef movie?
Ray Fiennes.
Yeah, get Ray Fiennes.
He's great.
Ray Fiennes could have been the Emperor.
Yeah, I saw Conclave and he was in it. And he's really good.
Ray Fiennes got jacked for a role recently. Did you see that? Dude was looking huge.
I saw the pictures. He's fucking ripped.
But yeah, Ray Fiennes is the Emperor. I think that would have worked.
He would have been good. He would have been a good Leto, I think.
That too.
Yeah.
I don't think he would have been a good Leto with Timothy Chalamet as Paul, but
No, we get instead of Timothée Chalamet, we get the little young guy from Grand Budapest. He's Paul Atreides. We just get the whole cast of that movie and make him into Dune. Bill Murray could be the Emperor.
or maybe like a not right now, but if you got like an older Chris Evans, I can see him playing the Emperor.
Chris Evans, okay.
But like Chris Evans in another like 10 years.
I don't know.
Because the Emperor is supposed to look like he's in his like 50s.
Yeah.
But is like functionally immortal.
Yeah, yeah.
And he's supposed to be like charismatic and strong and like, I don't know. Christopher Walken did not strike me as that.
No.
That's really the only big casting misstep for me in that.
Yeah. I don't even think it's that bad. I think it's a little distracting, though.
What's that guy in the background doing?
I don't know, it's his doctor.
Mercy.
Mercy. The gangsters here on the planet.
Oh, we're coming up on the halfway mark.
Oh, here we go. Shit's gonna start kicking off.
Shut up, Mapes.
I'm the housekeeper.
The housekeeper.
Where are my cigarettes?
There's a lot of mouth clicking on that line. Someone didn't denoise that properly.
Yeah. Have a good sleep, my son. Little tab on his collar there. You can just pick him up with it.
She's dying quite loudly.
Yeah.
Some weird eye goop or something there.
Mm-hmm. That was a cool shot. I like that.
That was a good shot.
Feels out of place though with the rest of this in stage production. Yeah, the build up to the failed attempt on the Baron's life is I think probably my favorite part of the book because it's so like well done and it gets you to the point where it's like just about to happen and you think it's gonna happen but it just doesn't work. It doesn't work out. It just
At least he got Piter.
yeah.
Although the Baron was planning to kill Piter anyways, so really.
But yeah, it's such a kick in the nuts once it fails, you know.
Yeah. Just straight boot to the dick.
Yeah. Steel toed. Just mashed.
I feel like we've already seen that shot.
I think we've seen that shot too. The what?
I don't know, something. Waving something?
Some sort of modules.
That was the
This is the same
use of
fucking shot again.
shot over and over again.
Oh, there we go. Something new.
See, like those are good little explosions.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're not bad. Hey, it's the battle pug.
Yeah. If anyone happens to serve little Pugmeister the Third.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the pug is the real Leto the Third. Or Leto the Second, or whatever the fuck it is.
It would suck to be a flag bearer in a conflict.
Oh yeah, 100%. Was he just carrying the dog? Yes!
Yeah, Sir Pugmeister lives.
You go, Gertie, protector of the pug.
That's the Atreides battle pug.
Yeah. It's a meat shield.
Yeah, that's really what he is.
I've got to protect my organs.
Come here, Mr. Pug.
Yes.
'Tis I, Sir Patrick Stewart.
Patrick Stewart. I was in Star Trek 4 years from now.
And you'll also know me as the voice of that baby on Family Guy.
I'm also Stan's boss in American Dad.
He does do a surprising amount
And
of
Professor
voice acting.
X. I like Patrick Stewart. He's a great actor. Uh-oh.
The look of the Baron is horrifying.
I know.
Like they uglied up Skarsgård as best they could, but you know, this guy, they really did a number on him.
Yeah, he looks like a living hemorrhoid.
Whereas Skarsgård just kind of looks like Skarsgård, but you know, some
Yeah,
no
a little,
hair
a
and
little heavier, a little hairy, less. Dipped in some nice balsamic vinegar. You know, Sting gets a little bit of shit for being in these movies for like just the star appeal or whatever. But like, he's actually not a bad actor.
no, I think he's pretty good.
Like, you see him in this, and you see him in Only Murders in the Building. He's pretty good in that.
He's in Only Murders?
Yeah, I think he's in the first season.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because they're just like, oh yeah, Sting lives in the building.
Yeah, and they're like riffing with him in the elevator or whatever. And you think,
No, they keep saying that Sting lives in the building, but then you actually finally see him, and it's like, oh yeah, Sting does live in the big
he's
building.
in the building. Yeah, only Sting's in the building. That's a great show. You guys should check that out.
What does that sound?
Rubber. This big leather jacket there.
I am actually your father.
Yeah.
Controversially.
No, I am your father. Mom, 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 mom. Yeah, there's like weird like incest subplot in Dune. Flash, stagger.
Don't stagger until I tell you.
Oh, we could have had David Lynch doing that. Flash, stagger.
Don't
Fucking stagger till I tell you to.
look at me. I'm got the hair of Doc Emmett Brown, and you won't stagger when I tell you. Oh, I'm not loving this guy's performance here as Piter.
I don't know. He's kind of creepy. He does that well.
No, he is creepy, but some of his other deliveries feel a little wooden.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
He awakes.
you are.
Hooah!
So I like that everyone's just in basically like blacked out hazmat suits.
Yeah, there's such cool designs.
Did you just throw that guy?
They're just jumping.
He didn't even shoot him.
Oh.
Oh, I really don't like the shields.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they look like original Star Trek effects.
Wait, Duncan dies there?
Maybe I don't remember.
Yue's death in the book is a lot better.
Yeah, yeah.
Because he knew she was already dead, probably.
Mm-hmm.
But he couldn't live with himself knowing, like, for sure or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
So that was kind of the whole thing. Whereas, like, he was very aware of, like, yeah, I should do this, but...
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, part of it's that, and part of it's also like just revenge against the Baron too.
Yeah. But he goes out way better in the book.
Mm-hmm.
Why does everyone have those weird, like, shaved sections on their head?
I saw a guy with a mohawk once, and I thought, what if we did that, but not? Ugh.
That's awful.
Yeah.
Bum, bum, bum.
And then they immediately crashed.
Yep. It was an awful edit. What? I got too sucked into the movie there for a second.
Yeah, it was
There's just
too
a
good.
solid like 3 minutes of us just not talking.
Cut my son's bonds.
Oh my god!
It's like, what the-
Oh my god! See, and this is why you make Dune into 2 movies, because we're an hour and 45 minutes in, and you're still not even through part 1 of the book.
Yeah.
And you gotta rush the middle and the end.
Yeah, this is just the build-up. Like, this isn't, like...
Like, this is kind of the shortest part of the book, even, is this, like, set up here.
Mm-hmm. Like, it's the inciting incident that we're getting up to.
Yeah.
But also, like, Dune is a weirdly paced book to begin with, but still.
Yes and no. It's quite a, like, time jump and then all of the things, and, like, there's a lot of lore in there.
Yeah. I don't know, that mentat hair is starting to grow on me. I kind of like it. Not the eyebrows, but, like, the actual...
No, the mentat hair is fine. It's the eyebrows. And I'm like, what the hell are those?
I don't know, you'd be pretty imposing if you had eyebrows like that, though.
Huh? What? What is your quest?
What is your favorite color? It means he is sad, my lord. Whoa, fucking garlic, man. You want to try that once more?
Let's maybe not pull out your hair.
This isn't a soap opera.
Yes, my lord.
Baron, you're...
For now. Bang. All right.
feels kind of like Peter Pan the way he's kind of like floating around, you know?
Yeah, the floating in this one I don't love.
Mm-hmm. Because it was very limited in the Villeneuve films.
When the Villeneuve films, he's like floating, but it's used in a way to kind of accentuate
Mm-hmm.
the kind of things, you know?
Yeah, yeah. And this feels like every scene he's in, he's floating around.
It's sad that they don't ever. Neither adaptation did the little Bible that UA gives Paul that has the hidden message in it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember that being a bigger thing in the books for sure.
Because UA's like, here's why I did this. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
And Paul's like, yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, both the adaptations are just kind of like, fuck Dr. UA.
Yep, that's the moon. Oh yeah,
7-second shot of the moon there. Yeah. Ugh.
the moon's not like a thing in the first Dune book, is it?
I don't remember it being one. No. I don't know, maybe they mentioned it once or twice. But...
The hand.
Captain, there's a giant hand outside. Oh my. Lizard Al Gaib. Balmuadib. We call those visions, son. Yeah, you guys were really fucking loud.
Oh, poor Paul.
Tossing, turning, having those sweaty dreams, and all you can hear the sound in another room. Ah! Ah!
Muad'Dib. More like Muad'Dib.
No, his piss tubes. He needs those to survive.
The guy playing Raban is having the best of times.
He looks like he has so much fun.
There's a lot of lightning on Arrakis in this one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh man, this movie is long.
Yeah. I find that like we're only really saying stuff when the Harkonnens are on screen. like the one good thing about this film is just how bizarre they are.
Well, there's just not anything happening. I don't know.
Well, everything just takes so fucking long. Like we're gonna see them cross this whole desert like in real time.
Ooh, a worm is coming.
You're not doing the right walking, man. You're not. Well, there we go.
That comp looks a little off. Although the worms match closer to what the books originally show.
Yeah, 100%.
Like all the illustrations of the worms in the books look more like that than the Denis Villeneuve worms.
Yeah, with like the little kind of 3 layers there.
Yeah.
Actually, the worm mouths look a lot like the Guild Navigator mouths.
Yeah, they do.
I wonder if that's deliberate. We've seen that shot before already.
The miniatures of the worms, I feel like, don't play well for me.
I don't know. Well, I mean, like, how else are they going to do it, though?
No, I know that, but I'm just like, they just feel too miniature-y. Like, the worms don't feel big.
Yeah, they almost, like, shot it from too high an angle. If you were down a bit lower, it would look a bit more imposing. Quick, grab the styrofoam.
I guess that works better.
Yeah.
It didn't look so bad, I guess.
You want to say that again?
Well, he's still going. Oh, oof. And then the worm ate him. The end.
And Paul Muad'Dib was eaten by the sandworm. Our Conans took over Dune, and nothing else happened. Gee, I don't know, man.
Probably.
Seems like it.
They're really not giving Jessica a whole lot of character to work with here.
No, that's. There was a bit earlier when she was like being all threatening and stuff, but like.
So far, she's just been like, nah, no, woohoo.
Yeah.
Give this lady an arc, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she got pregnant. They took away one of her dimensions.
Oh no.
Oh, here we go.
They're all like, okay, fair enough.
Like, all right, we're not gonna mess with this lady. This guy's really leaning on the moaning. You're worth more than 10 times your weight in water. Ugh. Oh. It's like every line there was like a freaking moan in between it.
She's doing a lot with her eyebrows there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Paul, that should be your first thought, man. Come on.
I'm sure she probably couldn't do too much with her eyes themselves because they had to like go in and paint them by hand, frame by frame, to get the blue in there. See, they ditched the blue eyes.
Yeah, they did.
Budget ran out. Boy, she's just on board with this guy.
Yeah, she's like, yeah, fair enough. Let me just help her kill Jamis. Which she does in the book, but still, like, come on.
It feels rushed.
Well, it feels especially rushed in this because they don't have the moment of them all talking and standing around and then, like, arguing with Jamis not to do this.
Yeah, like Paul just walked in here, met this lady, and then she's gonna help him kill this guy.
Like, in the book, it kind of makes sense that she's like, okay, well, I'll help him.
Mm-hmm. It feels like there's a scene missing, you know?
In the book, though, Paul just fucking whoops Jamis. This is not like a fair fight.
Yeah.
And there's a whole moment, though, too, where, like, Paul is just whooping on him,
Mm-hmm.
but he's not killing them, and they're like, why isn't he killing them? And they're like, oh, because Paul's never killed someone before, and they're like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
And Paul doesn't want to kill him, but then he does, so.
Oh, the eyes are back.
Oh, yeah, the eyes are back now.
All right, glad that's all settled.
Yeah, we spent an hour and 50 minutes getting to this point. We got to start rushing here. We got an hour left.
All right, guys, come on, pick up the pace. We're getting late.
Also, he's named after the little desert mouse, not the mouse on the moon.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't think the moon was the thing in the book. The Holy War. Well, yeah, obviously you don't want to be in darkness.
No.
It's pretty dark in there. You don't really want that.
Well, no more blue eyes.
Yeah, it's really inconsistent.
Yeah. I don't think I like the Fremen having all this technology. Like, I kind of prefer if things were all just like stones and crap.
Well, they are in the books.
Yeah.
They have some tech, but not to like giant tech thing in their
Yeah,
house.
because this feels like all the other sets we've seen already.
Yeah.
Like, this feels like it could be a Harkonnen house or a Atreides house or The Emperor's Basement. I don't know.
Yeah, in the books, the Fremen are living in caves.
Mm-hmm.
I like that this one has Jamis's kids, though.
Yeah.
Now we gotta slurp up all the water out of Jamis.
Mm-hmm. I feel like a blender would have been just as good.
Clearly doesn't touch on the fact either that Paul inherits his kids
Yeah.
and his wife until he can decide whether he wants to keep her as a wife or like just
Mm-hmm.
basically own her as a slave in the book.
Yeah. I don't know. He gave her a look. That's probably enough.
But Paul does try to like, be nice with Javis's kids and be nice with her, and like she actually becomes kind of Paul's friend.
But runtime.
I know. I mean, they cut her from the Villeneuve films.
Yeah. We only got like 50 minutes left before the end of the film. We gotta keep up the pace.
Yeah, we gotta start cramming shit in because we spent way too long getting here.
Yeah. Been 40 fucking minutes before we get to Arrakis. 8-minute opening narration sequence.
Fuck this. I thought you liked this movie.
I like it. I like it a bit. But like,
I mean, I like it as much as the next guy.
Trying to talk over this film is a bit much.
Well, was this our best choice? Maybe not.
No, but we're doing it for a good reason.
It's in honor of the man, the myth, the legend.
I feel like there's other things you would have preferred us watch instead of this, but I don't know.
Well,
we could have watched The Elephant Man, Will.
I don't know.
That Mel Brooks original.
Yeah, but do we really want to do a Mel Brooks film?
Yeah. We could have done
Twin Peaks.
We could have done the Twin Peaks movie, but I've not seen all the shows, so we could have done Eraserhead, but that movie's gonna fuck you up.
Lost Highway. I don't know what that is.
Mulholland Drive. Maybe a bit too heady for a commentary like this.
Could have done.
I don't know. Somehow this is like David Lynch's most accessible film.
Well, at least for your channel,
Yeah. It fits. It's like that kind of sci-fi 80s. Yeah.
We're all about that sci-fi stuff here.
And I like it like aesthetically and stuff, but
Lynch has not done a lot of movies that I watch or want to watch.
Yeah. I mean, I have a great respect for him. Like he definitely did everything he wanted to do.
Oh, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying like the stuff that he has out isn't things that particularly interest me.
No, maybe not.
But he's done lots of good stuff.
Yeah. I think we're gonna have to try Twin Peaks again. Because I like a lot of stuff that's been inspired by it. And like things that reference it.
What's happening to that poor cow?
I don't know, there's sucking its blood or something, I don't know.
You just rip the ear off?
Yeah.
Or is it the tongue?
Maybe the tongue.
Ugh. It makes me kind of want to throw up.
Yeah.
I don't like that shot very much.
Mm.
Did they cast only redheaded people to do this, or did they make anyone dye their hair?
I think they probably dyed a few people's hair.
Do you think that was like planned, or do you think he just pushed that guy?
Oh, I don't know. Whoa, Sting looking good. Thank you, Uncle.
I didn't love that eyebrow raise there.
Drink.
She doesn't look very old.
I think that's Jessica.
Oh, right.
That's the Reverend Mother. Who looks like just about every other Reverend Mother we've seen.
Not the baby.
Holy fuck, more of the narration, jeez.
He just grabs it and starts slurping it down.
Go, go.
That is so creepy.
I know. The narration keeps reminding me of like a friggin' like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer stop motion shit. Always have the narration popping in. Well, old Rudolph here, he figured.
Well, isn't it narrated by what's his name?
Well, that's Burl Ives. For
yeah,
that.
Burl Ives.
Who also narrates the first Ewok movie. He doesn't narrate this, although that would be fucking fantastic.
Burl Ives is who we need, man. R.I.P. the legendary Burl Ives.
There's old Paul Atreides. They're gonna learn how to be a Fremen.
What's with the cat?
They're gonna milk it, Will. I'm not even joking.
This cat is like, what the get me out of here.
Not as well behaved as the pug.
Thufir was actually pretty on board with joining them in the book.
Yeah.
He was like, well, fair enough.
Yeah, what else am I gonna do?
Die?
No. 2 for how it lives forever, Will.
Oh, wow. There's a serious commitment here off the bat, movie.
We crossed us all the way from the sex. I thought that was Jessica for a second. Holy fuck. Just the way her hair was, I was like, oh,
Steve's
shit.
been on the hub too much.
No. God. Fucking Steph Atreides.
It's a pretty cool shot.
It's great. No, I love it.
Wow, this movie is really flying here towards the end. It's like, okay.
All right, I'm the savior of your whole planet. All right, we met you one scene ago. Sure.
Who are all the people on the right there standing on the edge of that cliff?
I don't know. They look like Benny Gesserits, but they're probably not.
Arguably, it already is.
And then Paul Atreides and the Fremen went on strike. Here's a little song I wrote about it.
Puff the magic dragon.
Oh, now go on strike, little worker. Kick that pyramid.
What kind of operation here is Paul running?
I don't know, man.
Because this is not how it goes in the book either. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but I'm like, what the hell?
I was like, you guys all suck, but look how cool I am.
Muad'Dib!
Lisan Gaib!
Lisan al-Gaib!
Like the little kids there.
Yeah, they were ready.
They're like taking it completely seriously. Everyone else is like just laughing and stuff, and they're just like, yeah, we got this.
Lisan al-Gaib! Yeah, I don't remember this in the book, Steve.
No.
Yeah, goddamn, this movie is moving at breakneck pace here.
Yeah.
He's like, all right, I've showed up. Okay, I'm training him. Okay, riding the worm.
All right, conquer the universe.
Lisan al-Gaib.
Yeah, this film's like getting faster, like exponentially.
Guys, you didn't want to cut some of the bulk off the front end there to, you know.
Yeah.
Which is funny too, because the first The first Dune movie, I know it's not 3 hours, but it's say 2.5 or something.
Yeah.
Like, it's still long. But that movie, I feel like the pacing of it moves so much faster for 2.5 hours than this.
Yeah.
Even though they're covering essentially the same amount of things.
Yeah.
They're really keeping those kids around.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know why, but a lot of the guys that they have cast there in the background look like they're like Australian or something. I don't know what about them makes me think
they
that.
all look like the same guy, like just
yeah,
cloned.
they do.
And they all look very 70s. Like they look like the Bee Gees.
That one guy, 4 guys down past Stilgar. That guy looks like he's on the Spice Man. You see him turn to the side,
with, like the rope or whatever. Yeah, he's like darkened eyes. I need the Spice Man.
Come on, man! I gotta get the hit, man.
I'll work for Spice Man. I'll work. Okay, you can be in my movie.
And that's how David Lynch got half the crew for free, as he gave them meth.
The spice flows.
Metaphorically speaking.
It's blue, right? That's all that counts.
Where's Walter White?
I got a guy.
Damn, the thumpers in this movie are way bigger.
Yeah. Paul is amazed by that.
What? Paul's like, wow. Such advanced tech.
I wonder what else it could do.
Oh, did you see more people walking up in the background?
Like, gotta check this out. Paul Muad'Dib's about to fucking die.
Muad'Dib.
Oh, that's cool. I like that.
Yeah, but they did that in the other one. That's like the same shot. They definitely stole that.
Yeah.
Listen, old Gabe. That looks pretty good.
Yeah.
I think it's the lower angle really makes the difference.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
That's a look.
Yeah.
Paul's just stabbing the worm.
Yeah.
This moment feels way more intense in the
Yeah.
Villeneuve movie.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, because the snail's going more than like half a kilometer an hour.
Well, and I think the score hits harder. Not to rag on Toto, but the score's not got the gravitas that it deserves.
Yeah, I've not seen very many films where a band did the music for it and it was good. Like, I think one good one, Tron Legacy, they had Daft Punk do all the music for that, and it's really good. But, you know,
I don't know if this counts as a band, but for Black Panther is Kendrick Lamar.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then they had who'd they have for the Spider-Verse movies? They got a rapper. I can't think of his name now.
Oh yes.
But for both they
I
had.
don't remember. Yeah.
Those are also really good scores.
Just the guy back there looks like
that old guy's like, why are you rubbing him so aggressively, man?
It looks like Frank Herbert. Maybe that's why all the Fremen look like that. They're all meant to look like Frank Herbert. Oh no, they're attacking my spice vehicle.
Wah, 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 wah.
We'll train them with hand signals. They shall learn.
They're all just running aimlessly. See? They are doing all the sound effects themselves.
Yeah. I think the budget ran out, Will.
That's awful.
What would your sound be, Will, if you were a Fremen and had to make a...
Wah, bang! Bang, bang, bang!
Yeah, I think mine would be like... I don't know.
Well, you know what it reminds me of is the Lego Batman movie? Because for
Yes.
all the gun sounds, they had the actors doing them.
Pew, pew, pew,
So like
pew.
when the Joker's shooting his gun, he literally goes pew 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 pew.
Yeah, good stuff.
But then the guy they had playing Alfred when they're flying in the bat plane and he's in the gunning seat, he's like, "Come here, you ready duck cobblers," and then he starts doing the gun sounds.
Yeah.
But he does like hyper real gun sounds, so he's like.
Listen, Gaib. Good thing I was saying Paul Muad'Dib to figure it out immediately. That was cool.
I don't know how I feel about the casting of Anya Taylor Johnson or Anya Taylor Joy, not Anya Taylor Johnson.
I can say the Joy, I think.
Yeah, Joy. I was thinking of Aaron Taylor Johnson.
Yeah, I was trying to think of her name too while you were saying it. And I was like, wait a second, that's not right.
But I don't know how I feel about her as casting for Aaliyah. Because I know it's going to be for Dune Messiah, where they're like a good chunk older and everything.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I was hoping that we'd get Dune Messiah, where we actually see the in between.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, look at Patrick Stewart with long hair, Steve.
Jeez. He's got a mullet. That's awful. He looks like fucking Ben Franklin. Okay.
Hoorah!
Let's go.
I don't like him whispering in his ear like that. That was uncomfortable.
Do you know about the water of life? Do you know the water of life? Do you want to see it? Just let it flow. Let the spice flow. Yeah, like that, like that. What the fuck are you doing, man? Don't worry about it. Yeah, so, this is my giant puppet.
They're drowning the worm. Paul's thinking about slurping up some of that water.
He's hooking me up.
He's like, oh, yes. The
Just
throne
sucking
kind of
on
looks
you.
like the throne there from that back angle looked like the...
Oh, like the navigator?
Yeah, it looked like the
Yeah.
navigator.
Yeah. I like the translating thing though. That's kind of cool.
You mean the person?
Yeah. Also, the guy with the mullet.
Who's that guy smoking a monster stogie back there?
I don't know. He's having a great time.
I smoke my stogie wherever. Not unlike you.
Don't mess with it.
I'm feeling like that doesn't have the jurisdiction to threaten the Emperor of the Universe.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe.
Wow. That was. Yeah, no shit. If he's screaming out your name in the middle of the goddamn night.
Sonny!
You were yelling out your own name. Lisa don't
He's out again. He's out again. He's out again. The Emperor wants to kill me. Sonny, help.
Honestly, from Villeneuve Dune Part 2, friggin' Stilgar just yelling Lisa El Gaib all the time is one of my favorite things.
So good.
Javier Bardem was having the best of time in that movie.
Yeah. Such a great delivery.
He's also like, he plays the comedy of it so well.
Mm-hmm. He really did. Yeah.
Because it's still serious while being funny.
Yeah. Which is something this movie's lacking a little bit, is a touch of comedy. I think it would help it a lot. Like intentional comedy, not the stuff we're laughing at.
What are they doing over here on the sand?
Some sort of ceremony, I don't know.
Oh, they're getting a worm.
They're gonna ride the worm together.
I don't know.
She's gonna ride his worm. Ew.
Never mind, they're strapping him up to die.
Fuck, I don't know anymore.
Oh, they're giving him the water.
He doesn't have to drink a whole lot of it.
Nope.
Mom had to chug that giant freaking jar of it.
Although they probably taken about the same amount, maybe.
Maybe, I don't know.
Lisa El Gaib! The worm's gonna get you.
Yeah, that's a revelation that like wasn't too surprising to me when I read the book.
Well, it's literally referenced all the time by other characters, like, oh,
Yeah.
the maker.
Yeah, it's very obvious.
Yeah, it's not like this big revelation.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, frickin' Liet Kynes, right before he dies, talks about it. He's like, oh, all the little makers down there making spice.
Yeah.
Is that meant to be a giant worm? Yeah. Oh, never mind. They're actually there. Johnny can see them.
Yeah.
Oh, the eyeball blood.
Ugh. Yeah.
Johnny seems very unbothered for watching him literally bleed from his eyes.
Yeah. This feels like a music video. Just the visuals, you know?
The fuck is going on?
I don't know, man. So yeah, I gave the editor some LSD. And they gave me this movie back. And I said, fuck this. And I quit.
Well, you know what I learned about Megatopolis?
Oh, God, what?
Is that for that movie, apparently, Coppola fired the entire VFX team.
Well, that would make sense.
Like, just all of them. And then he hired his nephew. Who is not Nicolas Cage.
Nicolas Cage, yeah.
It's a different one. He's a VFX
He's
supervisor.
making me edit this movie, and I gotta do all these special effects.
Well,
his
nephew that he did hire is actually like an actual like VFX supervisor
Okay.
who's done a whole bunch of Marvel movies.
But he had him do the whole film?
Yeah, I don't know what happened there, but like he hired his nephew on to do the VFX, and his nephew got a team, or like I don't.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, that seems like a bad idea to just midway through a film just resort to nepotism.
It wasn't that he was resorting to nepotism. His nephew actually does it. Like, he's a well-established VFX supervisor for Marvel. That's a pretty big deal.
I don't know. It didn't look like it.
No, not for that movie. But the problem with VFX all the time, and generally what gives you bad VFX, is rushed.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, good VFX just take time.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Although, if we talk about rushed, apparently fucking Sony is not canceled, but has axed the Spider-Verse Part 2/movie 3 thing so many goddamn times now.
Yeah, yeah.
Because that movie was supposed to have come out like a year ago.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And it's not coming out for another like 2 years now or something.
Just ridiculous.
Which just makes me sad.
Oh, there you go. Toto's kicking in.
This is some intense music here. Well, they got 15 minutes to wrap this thing up, Steve.
Hurry.
They haven't even shown Aaliyah once.
No, she's in that weird, like, vision thing.
No, I know, but, like, you know, like, she hasn't actually been present.
Mm-hmm. Where's Lady Jessica been this whole time?
I feel like Jim Carrey should have played one of these guys.
In his Riddler costume.
Meanwhile,
the Baron.
this felt like a Clone Wars episode. Meanwhile, Kenobi works blah blah blah. Will Anakin make it in time?
Down on the planet Arrakis. It has a like inspirational quote. The spikes must flow. Meanwhile, down on the planet, Paul Atreides tries to rescue the Fremen from the evil Baron Harkonnen.
Dude, the way that the frickin' oh man, the Clone Wars credit song always hits so hard.
Yeah. Dun, 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 dun,
It's like super nice emotional moment. Then all of a sudden,
and the drums too at the beginning too, where it's like.
I gotta rewatch Clone Wars. It's been a while.
It's so good.
I don't love all of the episodes. There's definitely like whole arcs that I'll just skip.
Yeah.
Like droids for Lost or like R2 alone.
I don't mind the droids one where they're like wandering in the weird trippy planet. I think it's kind of cool.
It's
for
okay.
Like a one-off episode.
It's okay, but I've seen it. I don't need to watch that again.
Apparently that's George Lucas's favorite episode.
Well, fuck you, neckbeard man.
Yeah, so
I actually would like to meet you, George.
I prefer Star Wars without any humans in it.
Yeah, well, are they sentient?
That for your video, you're gonna have to watch that episode, Will.
I know. The answer is yes. They probably are.
Yeah, it's an easy answer actually. Probably.
I don't know why, but Patrick Stewart looks so out of place in this movie. Look at that hair. Oh, that's. Also, Patrick Stewart has just like forever looked the same. It feels like.
Yeah. But in this movie, he looks like especially sketch. Like he looks like he steals copper wire out of like buildings.
He's out there stealing your catalytic converter.
Yeah, he takes the hubcaps off your cars.
The worms bless the rain down in Arrakis.
Bless the spice down in Arrakis. It's gonna take a lot to grab.
It's gonna take a lot to take the spice away from you.
There's nothing that 100 Harkonnens can ever do.
I bless the spice down in Arrakis. That's gonna be a short.
100%. There's gonna be a lot of good shorts out of this.
There's a serious lack of Pigman is my big takeaway.
You have the spice navigator. You have the guild navigator. The count.
Also, Villeneuve kind of ripped off the big pyramid thing from this movie. It looks like.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, what was that cut?
That seemed weird.
Why is he breathing so loud? Oh, there's.
Oh no.
Fade.
They killed Jackie Gleason. Put his head on a plate.
Well, Raban dead as hell.
And who is it?
Hello, grandfather.
Hello, grandfather.
This little girl is killing her role.
Yeah. Yeah, they dubbed her with like an adult actress to give it a weird kind of uncanny thing. It works really well, I think.
Actually, no, I take it back. You could do it. It's doable, but it's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, I take it back. I think for Dune, you could have done Aaliyah.
Yeah.
I understand not wanting to, but I think that actually worked quite well.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, a lot of people say it's kind of goofy, but I really like it.
I think it's kind of creepy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think it works. I think when you think back to, like, you've seen horror movies where they have, like, children
Yeah.
as the, like, main horror possessed demon or things like that.
Yeah,
that
it
works.
Yeah, 100%.
So I guess the vibe, yeah, no, it's doable. I understand not wanting to do it because people will be like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
But I'd say overall, that wasn't too bad.
Mm.
Also, one of my favorite things was always the technicality of Paul, where he's like, yeah, you can't nuke people,
Mm.
but we can nuke the area right before people.
Yeah.
Because that was always their, like, that was always the logic, is that, like, they're like, well, if we nuke the people,
Mm-hmm.
then we're breaking the code of using nukes.
Yeah.
But if we nuke this mountain, fuck this mountain.
Yeah.
Yeah, that worked pretty well.
Yeah, I like it.
She is creepy, though.
Yeah, yeah, very.
I don't know how I'm feeling about the worms here. They look a little off.
I don't mind them too much.
That shot looks like it's straight out of old Doctor Who.
Yeah.
I've not watched much old Doctor Who either, but I know.
It's got to look. If this was shot on videotape, it would look exactly like it. There's a nose guy. Just grab Elia, just kick her out the door. Away you go.
Away with you! Kick.
Be gone. The effects of this remind me a lot of the Neverending Story. Like all this like dust and darkness. I gotta rewatch that movie. It's a really good one.
I'm feeling like people wouldn't be able to run as fast as a kilometer-long worm moves.
No, I don't think so. Although these are pretty slow fucking worms. So I don't know.
Pew, 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 pew,
Pew, pew, pew, pew. Zap. Bang. Fart noise. I think that'd be mine. That'd be funny. Yeah. Take
At
that.
least they actually comped in the lasers and then shooting something for the scene.
Yeah, unlike the other one.
Unlike multiple other ones where they don't shoot anything. God.
I think that's probably the biggest flaw of the effects in this, is that they're inconsistent.
Well, there's a serious lack of swords in this one. Because that was the big part of the...
Yeah, that's like the
book,
main
is that
thing
they
of the
use
book.
Swords.
Yeah. Maybe we'll get to see that duel, but it'll just be with those little
Knives.
knives, yeah.
Or I guess not swords, but they use like short sword knife things.
Also, why is the Emperor doing this?
I think they're just trying to look. Some of those are just straight up explosions pasted onto the screen.
Yeah.
It'd be neat to see someone recreate these VFX.
Yeah, like you could do this. God, if you still had the source material, you could make this look really good. Freaking out of this kid.
Ah! It's like Shrek when he's like trying to scare people to go away and he just screams at them.
Yeah.
Do the roar. Do the roar.
I'm not gonna do that.
Do the roar.
Do the roar. I love you, Daddy.
Do the roar.
Do the roar. What are you doing in my swamp?
What are you doing in my swamp? That was not a very good Shrek.
No. Yeah, baby.
Donkey.
Donkey.
We've gotten so sidetracked so many times in this movie.
We're talking about fucking Shrek. I mean, fair enough. It did remind me of a scene from Shrek, but you know.
Oh, cha. That worm just spit sand.
Yeah.
This battle is going on for far too long.
Yeah. I mean, they're already having to rush the ending, and they're like having this much of a fight scene in it.
Yeah, like cut some of this. Give more time to Paul and Chani's relationship.
Hey there, little kid.
Oh no!
It took my tubes. Oh, and she got him with the thing.
The gum jabbar.
Gum jabbar. Bird gullet.
Bird gullet nose.
The bird gum jabbar.
Also, I like now that in theory the video should recognize that we talked about boar gullet.
Yeah, bird gullet. Yeah, because like. For those of you who don't know, YouTube videos, if they're very long, they'll put up like little things at the bottom in the description where it says like people that are mentioned, and you can click through and see other videos that are mentioning them. But for some reason, it thinks Borgullet is a person, and it has put Borgullet in it. I don't know. It's just the fucking slug thing from Rogue One.
Well, I noticed it on my Gladiator video that it did it. It showed not all of the actors I talked about, but it's some of them.
Yeah, well, it shows like all sorts of random people that we mentioned, and sometimes it gets things wrong, where like a couple of words together will sound like someone's name, and they'll put them in it. Yeah, it's
Borgullet.
like you're summoning him.
Borgullet. No, that's how you summon Greg Proops. That's what this movie is lacking.
Yeah, none of Greg Proops in the Dune movie. Baron Harkonnen.
It would be like a boss nest.
Baron Harkonnen.
What was the? It was like Mongolian throat singing for the Starter song in.
Yeah.
Hamburger, cheeseburger, Big Mac, Whopper.
Yeah.
That's a resting bitch face right there.
They all have one.
Why do they got the guy front and center with a tube going in his nose?
He's the navigator, Will.
Oh yeah, I guess.
Navigator. Now I'm just thinking of Flight of the Navigator, which is a movie, I don't know if you've seen it or not, but it's about this kid who gets kidnapped by aliens, and the alien, well, the ship that he gets captured on is like a sentient being that collects life forms and stuff, and the ship is played by fucking Pee Wee Herman. And he takes the kid and he returns him to Earth, but it's like way in the future. And so all his family's grown up. It's like a really kind of creepy movie at some points, but it's really goofy. But the alien is just Pee Wee Herman doing his thing. He's like, ha 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 ha, oh human, ha ha.
That silence was pretty good. Although the one in you saw Dune Part 2 in theater, right?
I think so, yeah.
When good old Timothy Chalamet as Paul turns when the Reverend Mother is like, oh, like abomination, and he's like, silence. The way they like beefed up Timmy's voice there was pretty good.
Yeah.
That hit with some serious force. Ooh.
Dung 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 dung. All Atreides must fight. Oh, he's back.
Bite him in the finger.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, yeah, you got like none of building up.
Yeah.
Fade Ralthar.
Because he's kind of here and there, like in some scenes, but he doesn't do anything.
Yeah, and like you don't get the whole gladiator arena scene, and like.
I don't know. We got the Baron thirsting after him though.
Yeah, we did.
I'm sure that counts for something.
And we got his like space underwear from Futurama.
Yeah.
I think.
Wow, my underwear. Yeah, like those like red underwear with the little fins on them. Yeah.
He got the blue edition. He just kicked him in the dick there like 3 times.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
Damn.
That's well done. I like that. Because you can kind of see it in his mouth, too.
Jesus.
You calm down, Paul.
What happened to his eyes?
He took the blue out of
Listen, Al-Gaib! That is not the takeaway that Brian Herbert
Brian Herbert.
that Frank Herbert wanted in this movie.
No. And then Paul Atreides was a benevolent leader who took over the galaxy and did only good. I'm gonna have to make an edit of like the Clone Wars with this.
Yeah, like right, like after this kind of finale here, or whatever.
Mhm.
Also, she lost all her hair. Like, what happened?
I don't know, man. You drink the juice and you just turn.
Yeah, but why does
Bald.
Paul get to keep his hair?
Because he's a guy.
Fair.
Like those wizards back there.
And then he had a son who turned into a giant worm.
Borgullet! Borgullet!
Paul Gullet knows.
Leaked out the third Borgullet!
Did he just make it rain on Arrakis? Is that what he's using magic powers for?
Yeah. Doesn't he do that though? In like,
No, they're
Later on,
working
though?
on terraforming it.
no, I think that might be in a later book. I don't know.
Well, it's not in Dune or Dune Messiah that it rains.
Yeah.
They're working on terraforming the planet in Dune Messiah.
Okay, maybe that's what I'm thinking of. No, we will not write the subtitle. Or maybe I'm thinking of the movie, actually. Dun, 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 dun. Francis Anus. That guy gets a.
Wait, he got a like a top. I guess it was said alphabetical order, but like, come on.
I wish every movie would do this because you could just see the actor.
This is like awful. This feels wrong.
This feels like a joke.
This seems like something we would do in like
It's like
grade 8.
upbeat music showing all these people.
Princess Irulan spoke no words.
Yeah. This feels like it's a sitcom or something.
Hey, Everett McGill is
Tonight on Dune. Check out the latest very special episode.
It's like a soap opera where it's like introducing all the characters.
I've got to kill Baron Harkonnen. Dun, dun, dun.
Well, that was David Lynch Dune. I'm sorry, David Lynch. We definitely could have honored you in a better way, but we still like you.
Yeah, you know, you're a fantastic filmmaker, a great being.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace, my man.
Leave an RIP for David Lynch in the comments if you made it this far.
Yeah, which I doubt. No, we barely made it this far.
We shall see you next time.
Next time. All right. Bye-bye.